Today was another battle with Toledo that everybody expected. They got what they wanted today. It was a one-point game with under the 4-minute timeout. As I've said previously, doesn't matter if we're undefeated or Toledo's undefeated coming in, or both of us are winless. This game's going to come down to the wire, and it did tonight. I'm proud of how we played. It was a very physical game. Even though it was low scoring, I thought both teams were executing, and the ball wasn't going in a whole lot for either team. But we were they played some zone. We played some zone at both teams. I mean, it was tick for tat. Both coaching staffs were trying to take advantage of some mismatches. I thought they had us scouted very, very well, and we had to make some plays. But I was happy with the overall performance. Anytime you shoot 22% and you get out rebounded like you did, yet you are one rebound away from the chance to get the ball being down one at the 3:54 mark, I'll take that any day of the week. But I'm really happy with our effort. At the end of the game, what does this really mean? I mean, we're 1-1 in conference, and Toledo's 1-1 in the conference. So usually this game happens at the end of the season, or end of the conference season. Instead, it happened really early. So who knows what it will mean, 2, 3, 5 weeks down the road. But I'm happy with our effort and our execution. I definitely wish we could have been better on the boards, but I thought our kids battled, and I wish the ball could have gone in a little bit more. I think we're much better than our field goal percentage showed. But with that said, we hold Toledo to 33%, and they're a much better shooting team than that.
Coach, will you talk a little bit about the things you wanted to do defensively against UT? What were you trying to accomplish?
Well, first of all, Enma, number 23, had her career high against Central Michigan with 19 points, and her matchup I thought was going to be very difficult for us with her ability to play the 3 and the ability to play the 4. She is able to score in a variety of ways. She's gotten herself into unbelievable shape, and now has also improved her outside shooting. So anytime that kid loves to post up, she's simply a left shoulder kid on the block, but she will take some outside shots, and she was able to penetrate. I thought she did a good job on the glass. In my eyes, she was a big time X factor for them. I thought she would actually take a handful more shots than what she did today, considering she got her career high. But when in a game like this, Nama's going to be Nama, and she was exactly that. She got in foul trouble against Central Michigan the other night, so I anticipated her coming out here and playing hard, because she got robbed a little bit of time, and I know she probably blames herself for that loss up there, so I knew she would come out strong. But I really emphasized to our team they had to get on the glass, and we didn't do a good enough job on that. I mean, there were multiple possessions where we lost rebounds at the defensive end, and we're having to play defense for a minute 10, minute 15, and it gets tiring. So if we get, like I said, if we get one stop after a missed three-pointer by them at the 3:54 mark, and then we come down and run a play, I think it's a different ballgame.
Coach, what entered your mind when Nama banked in that 3?
I can't say that on air. No, it's, the ball bounces funny ways. So she was in a little bit of zone, having dropping in 23 tonight. But as soon as she released it, I knew it was off from the angle I was standing, and yet it banked in. So you got to credit the kid. She got up a shot. There were times where the shot clock was winding down for us, and we couldn't get up a shot. So that was a difference, and she put enough on it. It had a high enough trajectory that it banked in, and you could just feel kind of the air come out of our team. We had a play call at the other end against their switching. They were switching with one post player, and they were hedging with another, and we were trying to take advantage of that at the other end. She banks that in, and like I said, it took the air out of our sails big time. But credit her. She got it off.
At that point, is it one of those situations where you just tip your hat? At the end of the day, it's
It's tough to stop stuff like that.
It's a loose ball, you know, it's a 50-50 ball that I felt like we could have had a lot more than what we did today. It's a shot that, you know, you can test it with one more inch, you know, is it deflected and now it hits the front of the rim. It's sports at the collegiate level, sports at the professional level are a game of inches, and she had a few more inches on that shot and it banked in.
Your marquee players, Rogers and Stefan, did not have great days offensively. Was Toledo zeroing in on them? Did you notice anything that Toledo was trying to do?
They were extremely physical with us inside. Anytime I felt like Lex had the ball, and if she had a mismatch, so if she had a smaller defender on her, they did double towards late in the second half. We did have some good looks in the first half. Honestly, I think at the second media timeout, we probably had 5 missed layups and 4 missed foul shots. So that's hard to overcome. Yet, as a coach, you feel good, and as a player, you feel good because you got those looks, yet it didn't go down. I mean, there was a handful of them that just rimmed out. But again, that goes back to the game of inches. So Chrissy has been, both of them have been playing well so far this season. There are number 1 and 2 scorers on the team, and we need big games out of them. It's for us to be successful today. And you know, they go 4 of 20. Yet, as I keep saying, you're down 1 at the last media timeout. You're up 1 at the 7-minute mark, and it definitely was not a 10-point game. I think everybody knows that. But if you shoot a little bit better now, does it come down to a last possession type of thing?
When you're talking, Coach, about all those missed shots early, and they were good shots, I mean, will you talk a little bit about how that has to wear on your offense? I mean, it looked like later they were tougher shots, and dealing with that negative emotion of missing.
I don't know if it affects us really negatively because you still got the shot. You know, if we hadn't gotten the shot to begin with, or had been blocked, or had turned it over, I would be unhappy. But we were getting layups, and we just got to convert with those. I thought both teams started out the game a little tight, and I mean it was 2-0 at the 17:32 mark or something like that. It's you know, when you try so hard and you go so hard and you want the ball to go in so badly and you execute well, you do get a little tight. I thought both teams opened up tight to begin the game, and I don't know if that missing a layup in the first minute of the game affected us at the end. I thought defensively they were very, very physical with us. And the funny thing is, I'm talking to Tricia before the game, and she said Central is by far more physical than Toledo. So, and she's admitting that Central, in her eyes, is the most physical team in the conference. So there's more out there. But I think we can handle that type of play. I was excited we got into the bonus early with 10 minutes left to go in the second half, yet couldn't take advantage of getting to the foul line like I wanted to. You know, could there have been a few more hand checks? Could there have been a few more over-the-back calls? Yes, in my opinion, but I'm sure Tricia feels the same way at her end.
I think you were right when you say both teams started out tight. Let me just talk a little bit about the advantage Toledo gets that Napa starts making shots, and it jumps them off to an early lead. I think she had 13 of their first 17, something like that.
She did, but they were all 2s, which I feel good about. I mean, if you're going to beat us 2 by 2 by 2. I mean, they made 2 threes on the entire night, and one of those was a banked in Hail Mary. So we hold a team that's shooting right under 40% at the arc to 1-3 in a game of this magnitude in regards to rivalry. So I was happy with the fact that she's getting 2s. You know, she had 1 3-point play, I think, late in the second half where I think the hand check occurred at the elbow, yet she made the layup on the block. And I know that is effective in other leagues, but she was able to get that 3-point play, and then that was a big call. But she was getting 2s, so I feel good about that.
Will you talk a little bit about Jillian Halfhill's play? And we haven't talked about her much this year, but she's really stepped up her game in a lot of different areas, hasn't she?
She has, funny thing is, I still think she can play better. She was pressured by Angela a lot. She got, Angela had to change tempos with Jillian, and it got us out of some of our screening action in regards. We did a lot more, I feel like, off-ball screening in addition to our on-ball screening, and Angela was able to disrupt the timing because of her pressure on Jillian. I think Jillian can still continue to handle the ball, but with that said, she hit a big three when we needed to. She got to the foul line on a foul by Emma in the corner. She had one driving layup coming off a ball screen and did well. Again, I know you can hand check once, and then yet if you hand check again, that's a foul. So as I said earlier, I think Tricia kind of wishes there were some more calls in favor of them, and I wish it was the same way. I wish Handle could have been called for a few more as well, but again, it's a game of inches.
Anything else?